Hello everybody, I hope you're having a wonderful day. Today I'm going to be talking about the Divine Grace spawn with the Sin of Greed. I was thinking 7 Deadly Sins. First thing to notice right away is this is definitely meme worthy for A-Team. Definitely meme worthy. A-Team set themselves up with this one because this is definitely an A-Team meme we could use. I mean, it's the Sin of Greed. It has that give me more puppy face, like give me more. She has like that shy face. She's got the hand sticking out like give me more, give me more, give me more. Like A-Team be like, well, give me more, please, give me more. I got good fan art you should buy. Give me more, give me more. And then imagine like the stuffed animals being like replaced with all gems, and then like the animation be like nom nom. Be funny. Definitely funny. Definitely me worthy for A-Team though. So they kind of set themselves up with this one. I'm not gonna lie. I mean, the animation even tells you too, like it's just grabbing more, it's just grabbing more, and it's just grabbing more. Anyways, going on with that, they have increased activation priority unison effect finally out now. But if you don't know how that works, it's right here. If you don't want to hear me talk about it, you could skip over some of my talking. Pretty much how it's gonna work is, I thought it was gonna work like this. At least I thought it was gonna work like this. If I were to activate it third, it goes second. If I activate it second, it goes first. If I activate it fourth, it goes third. If I activate it fifth, it goes fourth. That's not how it works at all. The monster with the highest unison priority goes first. Unless, I think the only exception to this is if you lose a unison battle, like score wise, you might go second. And if it's like a bunch of like if it's a bunch of Marias on the field, which would be kind of funny to be fairly honest with you, I think it'd have to be a tie if there's a bunch of Marias on the field. Because imagine having like 100% damage reduction, right? And then like all this other stuff that she has in the first place. I don't think anybody would really be doing too much to each other. It'd be definitely funny to see everybody pop Maria and see what the heck happens next, just for one round. Anyways, if a lot of people pop Maria, I have no clue who's gonna go first. I think it's just gonna count as like a regular Coliseum unison battle, and it will just prioritize whoever popped their Maria first and all that stuff. I think it's just gonna go back to regular rules of people pop Maria. But those are the only two exceptions I know of that would actually block this monster from actually going first. Other than that, this monster will go first. For the abilities this monster has, it is very useful for her to go first. This right now is a very good monster to have for Coliseum. This is a clutch monster to have for Coliseum. This can be a very good monster to have for rank guild battles. A rank, I mean like old, like not over A rank. Let me think of it. Top tier A rank, like the best A ranks out there, or not mid A rank, but late A rank. Let me say late A rank and above, because this also can be very clutch as well. I mean, this monster does go first after all, so it's really all good. Unless again you lose the use in battle, I'm not sure who goes first, but I'm assuming this monster would go second if use a Houston battle in Coliseum, and then it would be first on your team to go in like a ranked guild battle or a guild battle in general. Let me recorrect myself there. But anyways, this monster is very clutch for what she has and what she does, because she recovers, if you get the skill to 5, she recovers 100% of HP. She heals all allies for 10% of their HP for every 5 seconds for 60 seconds. And reduces physical and magical damage taken by all allies for 40% for 40 seconds. So if reducing the physical and magical damage received by all allies to 0 twice doesn't do it, like she nullifies 2 hits to 0 damage, if that doesn't do it for you, she reduces the attack and magic attack of the enemies by 40%, like taken, not the enemies, but reduces the attack taken for 40 seconds, and then has a continuous heal on her. That's why she is clutch. That's why you would want her to go first, and that's why she can go first. Now later on, guaranteed, I mean, it's A-Team and this is their spirit animal. They want more gems, you can see right there. They will have more activation priority unisons out, and they will start having eventually activation priority 2, activation priority 3, activation priority 4, I mean, it's going to keep going on and going on. So they're definitely going to have activation priorities, and they will get eventually higher and higher and higher. But as for now, since she is the only one that can activate her unison priority, she is a very good monster to have, because this is very clutch worthy right here, very clutch worthy. And on top of it, she casts Resurrection on yourself. Now, a fun little neat thing they have is this is the first monster I've ever seen to only cast Resurrection on yourself. I've never seen a monster only being able to cast Resurrection on yourself before, here, and now. I mean, the weakest monster that casts Resurrection cast it on allies, and that's, I believe, Mithra. She is a 29 cost. She cast it on allies herself. So it's very interesting to see them late game, well, not late game, but later on, like 3 years or so after, actually add this to the list itself. Very interesting to see that you can finally cast only Resurrection on yourself after all this time. Very interesting. Oh yeah, she recovers 25 cost for all allies and increases the ability power for all light monsters by 40 for 60 seconds. So definitely, this is definitely a monster you want to have, right? Well, I'm not gonna say definitely a monster you want to have, but as for Coliseum, this is definitely a clutch-worthy monster. So this is very good for Coliseum. I think it's good for guild battles. Late A rank and plus, going on like S rank and all that. I meant to say by like late A rank, I mean late A rank plus. I mean like anything above A rank. But for the most part, I can see this being useful for Coliseum. This is useful for player versus enemy as well. It's just, it shines the most in Coliseum. Like that's where it does the most by far. Definitely clutch worthy for Coliseum. Definitely clutch worthy for Coliseum. So definitely, if you need a monster that will help for Coliseum, like if you already not stacked with like horses and carrots and stuff, or if you just need to like, if you're just whale that spends, I mean, this monster is for you definitely. But keep in mind, this is going to be another pay to win spawn. It's going to be one of these slightly lesser treasure and Divine Grace spawns. They're not as pay to win, like they're not 100% cheap, but regardless, it's going to be a Divine to Grace spawn. And I said Divine Grace spawn and treasure spawn, so they're usually going to be pay to win in the first place, even if they are cheaper than usual. So you will need to have a couple hundred gems. I'd say around, if you don't get the scroll, it will probably take around 600 to 800 gems to actually get the 10k medals to actually get the scroll guaranteed. So keep that in mind if you don't get the scroll. The chances of you getting the scroll will probably be a 1 out of 10, so probably every 10 jackpots you might be able, you have a decent rate. I'm not gonna say like you'll be guaranteed, but if you do the jackpot like 10 times, you might have a chance of getting the summoning scroll out of it. That's how probably low the rates for the summoning scroll are. I'm not exactly sure, but regardless of so, you're very likely more to get Divine Grace medals 1,000 than you are the scroll itself. Nice that they didn't add a lot of fodder in the jackpot, that it's just this or this. That is a good thing about the jackpot. And they don't offer a bad amount of medals either. Jackpot offers 1,000, while the side chest offer 400 to 200, and you're getting 50 to 200 per each spawn, so that is very good. And oh yeah, obviously they have 6 chests. And for the, if I didn't cover this already, for the rates, they have no rates up on the monster, and they actually have rates down on the monster, I believe. The regular Divine Grace spawn is at a 12.02% chance. This is at a 12.01. So I mean, like, they're not going to give you it from the gear. I mean, this is a Team Spirit animal. Again, you want more, give me more. But anyways, going on with that. And on top of all that, they do offer some decent and unique stuff in the, not Divine Grace, the Metal Exchange for the Divine Grace. Now, this Romeo, I don't know what they were thinking. I mean, they add Romeo in the step-up spawn, so it's like, it's not worth it. It really isn't worth it. Romeo is not worth it. And I think they recently added Cowgirl Tequila. Maybe that was just a one and done deal, or maybe they actually added her forever. So unless you're looking for like the exact stats of those monsters, definitely not worth it. But anyways, you want to get Madia because Madia is the exclusive one, not these monsters anymore. I mean, these monsters are still exclusive, but they're not as exclusive as Madia. Like, Madia is only going to pop out like once every like a while. Like, legitimately once every while. These monsters are more reoccurring than Madia, so you definitely want to go for Madia. So I wouldn't worry about the other scrolls because those scrolls are more of reoccurring monsters anyways. I'm going from there. Everything else, like all the gear, is 1,900 treasure medals, and that is very good because this is like more of the updated gear. Like, this is cost 28, it goes up to cost 33 as a weapon for UR, not SSR. It has an ability that you can replace the attack with, so if you're sick of just your regular attack being there, it has an ability to replace that. And then it goes up to Testament XXL. It will help with AP, thus increasing how much healing you have. and the attack not by a bad amount either for a skill. But overall, if you're going for skill wise, I'd go for seals, because seals offer what physical testament XLs do, plus they recover 5 cost on top of that. Very useful for when you need cost, because cost is something probably a lot of us are going to need eventually, and these help with that. These really do help with that. They don't have bad proc rates. Like, they probably have the chance of them proc rating is probably as much as a physical testament XXL, so they don't have bad proc rates at all. Their proc rates are definitely good. I can tell you that because I actually own 3 seal of attack weapons. I used to own 1, and let me tell you, just that one alone I could see a proc rate occasionally. Like, every now and then I could see a proc rate. Sometimes it even proc rate like twice in a row, and I'm like, whoa, okay, that's pretty cool. So definitely they do have a high proc rates on these weapons, so they're definitely not dead. And then Fatal Testament, my bad, what I said about Fatal Testament was kind of not true. I mean, it might have been true, but it kind of not at the same time. Fatal Testament is one of the best skills to have to increase damage. Now, proc rate, I'm not sure about proc rate, but overall, if you do damage, Fatal Testament XL is definitely one of the best skills to have to increase the amount of damage you are doing overall as a skill. Not sure about proc rate again, but overall, it's just as a skill, it does like the most. It's better than Physical Testament XL, and you can only stack this once, so you can only have 1 Fatal Testament XL, keep that in mind. And then over here, they have the extra class weapons right here. This one's for Rook. This one's for Treasure Hunter, but I don't recommend touching it because Treasure Hunter usually only use magic attack as a its class. It's weird how they have a Lancer for the Treasure Hunter, but it doesn't use physical attack almost at all. It uses magical attack. And then this is also for Treasure Hunter. The staff and the relic are for the berserker, so if you're going for berserker or what's so not, I definitely recommend those. And then this is the best skill, the best armor with damage down. Now between this and the other one, if you're looking for more gear score, this is the one. If you're looking for just raw defensive magic defense, that is the one. But if you're looking for a better skill instead, this is the armor you want to grab instead of the star crown stuff instead, because this is the highest cost armor. That means it's the most stats given off armor with the ability of damage down, chance to greatly reduce physical and magical damage taken. So definitely they do have a lot of stuff in here, and they do have a lot of variants, so that is very good on top of the monster they have as well. Definitely a very not item based, but they have treasure medals. This is a treasure medal spawn, a metal exchange spawn, and a featured monster year spawn, so they definitely have a lot to offer in the spawn. So the spawn is definitely a good spawn. I'm not gonna say if you have gems I'd recommend it, but if this stuff suits you, you might have a different set and play style than me, but anyways, for me, if I definitely had the gems, I wouldn't go for tequila. I don't really need tequila. I have horse myself. I think horse is good enough with the unison prohibit. Tequila is gonna go first. I might want to grab tequila because tequila is definitely clutch. Not tequila, I didn't mean tequila. The whole time I said tequila, I meant Maria. Definitely Maria is clutch. I probably would want to go for her, but I'm going to see how the Coliseum plays out. I'll decide that later or not. I'm not going to go for her, but whether I want to go for her or not, I'll see later. But keep in mind, this is only going to be a really good monster temporarily, because again, they will come out with higher priorities or around as much priority unisons as they can, because it's A-Team. This is their spirit animal. But as for right now, this is definitely a clutch monster to have for Coliseum. Definitely a clutch monster to have for Coliseum. As for myself, again, if I could go through this, I definitely would. I do need the more seal of attacks, and I might grab a couple of these maybe for my other classes. But other than that, that's it. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for watching, and I hope this helped out. This is the AzureWrath, and I will see you in the next video. I'm out. Peace.